me. I was born and raised in Augusta, Georgia. My entire family has always lived there. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, you name it, they're there. I know all of the main roads, all of the good little places to eat, and all of the cute boutiques that outsiders don't know about. Augusta is my home, my safe haven. When I was younger, I went to school 2 minutes away from the Augusta National. I didn't know that there were places beyond where I was growing up. I thought that the whole world was just like my small little town. I remember being 7 years old, telling my mom that I was going to live with her forever in our tiny house. But as I got older, and we moved into the suburbs, my parents would take my brother, sister, and me to places like New York City and Chicago. I began to realize that life went beyond what I was used to. My mind became more open, and I began to think about what life would be like outside of where I was from. As a youngster, Augusta was a non-stop flow of parks, sports, and friends to play with whenever I wanted. As I got into my teens, those things were not as fun anymore. A typical high school Friday night was hanging out in the Sonic parking lot until they made us leave, only to move to the Walmart parking lot across the street. I wanted more to do than that. I wanted more than anything to move to the city, to be able to get a different style of food every night of the week, go to a concert every Friday, and go see a new art exhibit the local artist set up on the weekdays after school. I began to resent my parents for making me grow up in such a boring place with nothing to do. High school seemed to drag on forever. I hated how southern everyone was, and how it was custom to have to wait for the boy to call you, and have him come introduce himself to your parents just because he was picking you up for the football game. It was my dream for my dad to get that notice from work, saying that we were going to be transferred to Atlanta, or Savannah, or somewhere new, fun, and exciting. I remember one time the notice came. I was so excited. I would get to start my junior year at a new school in a new place with tons of new faces. But of course, the notice fell through, and I was devastated. Senior year came, and I was still living in the same house, still had the same friends I had had since I started school, and was still bored out of my mind every Friday and Saturday night. Christmas time came, and an article had leaked into the newspaper about my dad's company being relocated with a new central headquarters. But everyone thought it was just talk, until we got word that it was true. Of course, I thought, it would happen in the middle of my senior year, and I won't even get to move. But it was okay, because coming home from college would be awesome. I would be in a new town, in a new house, with all new things to see. The relocation papers came in, and my parents found out that they were going to be living in Charlotte, North Carolina, a new, developing city with music, attractions, and people from all over. I was so excited, and the move wasn't even until the summer, so my school wouldn't be messed up. Months of anticipation came, waiting for the trucks to come pack up our things and take us to our new lives. Sounds amazing, right? I finally got what I wanted, but it turns out that a big city isn't all that fun without the people you love to share it with. I spent all my life hating a place that has so much history and that shaped who I am today, and would now give anything to have my parents move back so that when I came home, I would feel like I was actually going home, and not just going to a house with all of my things put inside. Augusta was a great place to grow up. It just took me a little too long to realize it. Looking back on my high school years, I realized that I made a lot of memories. My high school held a tournament every year called Nerf Wars. You would make a team of 5, put money into a pot, and battle it out until there was only one team standing. One time, my team came in second. We were an all-girls team, and the first to ever get that far. There is a tradition in our town that when girls turn 16, they hold teas for all of their girlfriends to come and feel grown up. We would eat hors d'oeuvres and wear fancy dresses and gossip about all the boys who were never invited. In the summers, we would put on our swimsuits and carpool out to the rope swing on the river. We would spend hours taking turns swinging off, all of the girls screaming about the gooey bottom. I learned a lot from my experience with the move. I learned to never take life for granted, and that every place in your life is there for a reason. I hope that one day I can move back to Augusta and raise my family there, and share with them my story, so that they will have the same appreciation for my home that I have.